Good morning. It's a little different checkout here today. I've got Peggy Neinaber, our program director, on the other side of the camera. Thanks, Peggy. And I'm out here on 2nd Street, which is our street where our ministry center is located, just across the street from the Supreme Court of the United States, but not the side of the court you're used to seeing on television. We're opposite right now the east facade of the Supreme Court. Peggy will give you a look at that. Peggy, thanks for playing the videographer. I know you weren't hired for that. It wasn't on your resume, but I sure appreciate you being willing. When we need help here, we just do what has to be done. This is the east facade of the Supreme Court. I once made the mistake of saying to the Chief Justice of the United States that our ministry center was behind the Supreme Court, behind the court building, I said. And he said, Reverend Shank, the Supreme Court has no behind. It has a west facade and an east facade. The west facade is the famous one that you're used to seeing with the big staircase going up the Grand Plaza and majestic staircase and the columns and the images of justice outside and so on. That's what you're used to seeing in the stand-ups on news. This is the east facade, and the reason that I pointed out to you is because the image that's way up at the top of the roof line you'll see there is very clearly an iconographic, maybe the word is iconic, image of Moses with the 10 Commandments in his hands. You see the 2 tablets clearly in each hand. That is very clearly, vividly, indisputably, the image of Moses holding the 10 Commandments. And this is important for a couple of reasons. Can't get into all of them in this check-in because it's too brief, but watch our website. I'm going to be writing about a recent 10 Commandments case. There is the Mojave Desert Cross case that we just filed, an amicus brief, a special brief with the court in that case that will be coming up in October. The reason all that's important is because, of course, very soon the hearings will get underway for the confirmation of Judge Sonia Sotomayor to the Supreme Court. We're going to be writing about all that and inviting you to be a part of that process in a very important way. Now, with the minute I have left, I'm going to take this camera in hand and I'm going to change locations with Peggy, who will tell us, Peggy, you were at a very important meeting here in Washington yesterday. I don't make as good of a videographer as you. Here, I can hardly control the camera. Okay, here we are. Tell us about that meeting.
I was at the Pew Foundation yesterday, and there was a round table in regards to what used to be called the Faith-Based Initiative.
Yeah, and they've changed the name of that because, of course, that was President Bush's designation, but they've changed it now. And there's an important reason. What is it now called?
It's called Faith-Based Neighborhood Partnerships now. Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships. And they had three people on that panel from the previous faith-based initiatives. And then they had Stephen Goldsmith, who was a mayor in Indiana. And then they had Josh DuBois, who is now the new person in the faith-based and neighborhood partnership. Yeah, everybody's struggling now because everybody wants to pronounce his name Josh DuBois because that's what it looks like. And we have DuBois, Pennsylvania. But he actually pronounces it the more correct French Josh DuBois. You're good at that.
And an important player here, very important, because of course he's the point man for President Obama's initiatives when it comes to all things religious. They have a different take than the Bush administration did. We're going to be working with him. I know you've already started to build relationships with a lot of these people. Very important. Folks, watch in the days ahead. Peggy, we got a lot coming down the pike here.
We're going to get it together. They have 5 important goals, and I think that we should be able to work with them on all those 5 important goals. Yeah,
and that may surprise some people, especially, you know, conservatives might get a little nervous about that. But there are some actual points that we can engage this administration, and we mean to do so effectively. Well, we are way over time, Peggy. We got to go. Okay, folks, Peggy and I both playing videographer this morning. Hope you lived through it. See you later.